Hey, thanks for coming to LRGA Curves today. Make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button on your way in. If you haven't already, go ahead and ring the bell so you can get notified. That's right, ring the bell so you can get notified. Ladies and gentlemen, hurry, hurry, hurry. Step right up to the finally live LRGA Curves today, the last day of the 11th month of 2024, you guys. We made it. Yes, somehow we made it. Yes, God is great. God is great. And I know it's been a busy week. I know it's been busy, 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 busy. I know the people are busy. But I want to stay in the algorithm. So I'm coming on Saturday again to stay in the good graces of this beautiful algorithm on YouTube that allows me to come to you and connect with you guys in a very good way. There. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, yes, come right in. What is this? Oh, what is this? Hey, everybody. Yes, thanks for coming to LRGA Curves. Yes, LRGA Curves. Thank you for coming through. It's Saturday, the last day of the 11th month of 2024. You guys, we made it. We only need to get through 31 more days. And then we're out of this 2025. You know, Cat Williams started it with some good old truth telling. Cat Williams started it all. And we made it through a year of the truth, setting everybody free. The truth, right? So, as a distraction to the truth, we have reality TV, right? Let me see. So, and because we have reality TV, we get to distractify ourselves with different various things. Okay. Now let me see what's happening. There, that should be okay. I really need to be twisting my hair. I have a baby shower to go to. And we're leaving at 1. So if I do this till about 11:45-ish, then it takes me a good 20 minutes to at least twist the front. And then I will be on my way. Okay. So let's get started, you guys. We're going to be reviewing the Housewives, all of them in a roundup, because there were some highs and there were some lows in all the shows. So we're just going to mix it up. But we'll start with Real Housewives of Potomac. On your way in, go ahead and smash those buttons, the like button, the subscribe button, ring the bell so you can get notified when we upload videos here on LRGA Curves. I hope your holiday was most auspicious. I don't know if you participate in how you participate in the holiday that just was, and how you participate in the selling of capitalism merchandise the day after. But just told my mom this, and I thought she knew. It's not really something like that we talk about as a family or just as Black people. But watch this. First, let me turn it up. Let me make this go like this. Hey, Suri. Hey, Suri. Does Black Friday have anything to do with slavery?
The term Black Friday originated with the practice of selling off slaves on the day after Thanksgiving. This is from RHOPOT.com.
Did you guys know that? My mom was today years old when I told her about that. The term Black Friday was because they used to sell black people at a big, gigantic sale right after Thanksgiving. Did you guys know that? Put a one in the chat if you know it. Even in the replay, put a one in the chat if you knew that. Black Friday meant that. Not now. Black Friday. Because if you didn't know, you'll learn something new every day. But let's see. So let's go through the housewives. I need to lower that some. Okay, let's go through these housewives. Okay, there. So let's go through the housewives. We started the week off with Real Housewives of Potomac. And the Real Housewives of Potomac for me was it was good. You know, I love an activated Karen. I love an activated Karen. And for these ladies to be trying to gaslight not only Karen, but us, because they're really trying to gaslight the audience too. If they think Karen is going to sit there and believe that they have her best interest at heart, then by proxy, they believe that we as viewers think that they really have Karen's best interest at heart, constantly bringing up her DUI. You know, I don't think that they need to keep on bringing this up, but it's the only thing some people have to bring up. Cough, cough, Giselle doesn't have nothing else to talk about except for what Karen and other people have going on. Cough, cough, Ashley. You saw that scene Ashley did with some people we ain't never seen before. So you know she is grasping at a lot of straws. I don't know. Did we ever see that lady before? Is that her brother's wife? Is that who that lady was over there when she was still crying about Michael? And can we halt on the Michael BS, please, Ashley? Because I could swear that Ashley already visited a divorce lawyer. I could swear that they were in separation and then she had to wait to file after a certain amount separated, living apart. And then I could swear she had already actually done the divorce and was just waiting for the terms to be worked out. But it kind of felt like she was just filing for divorce, you guys. You can put it in the chat if you know that or not to be true, because I kind of thought I remembered that happening. But, you know, she's so full of, her forehead is so full of lies that she has me spun at this moment where I'm not really sure what's the truth and what's not the truth. Was it the longest divorce, longer than Ken's on Real Housewives of Atlanta? Was it? I don't know. If she never filed until now, had Ken ever filed actually? Were they ever actually in a divorce? Because you have to be a real marriage to have a real divorce. And so that's the other part of Kenya Moore's marriage that people are questioning is the legitimacy of it allegedly. Everything I say is allegedly and for entertainment purposes. So also Mia is too much. They did this thing with GNA up on the rooftop. And I'm like, why do Ashley and Giselle get rewarded for coordinating assaults on other cast members, then blame the assault on the victims of said coordinated assault, and now get to rebrand as whatever they're doing that still obviously has some apparel involved because there was GNAs everywhere. At least they're getting their branding right finally. I mean, they've been learning from the best. Grand Dame everywhere, right? So I'm just wondering why they're allowed to get so many do-overs on that without it ever fully being addressed on the show as to the wrongness that even happened to Kay. And then to have Kay as a new flute holder, isn't Kay a flute holder? To have Kay as a new flute holder constantly be around these ladies re-promoting the event that left her scarred both physically and psychologically. And now you have to be part of this cast, you know? So it's interesting that that is happening to me anyway. Um, and Ashley and her kids always up on the counter. I guess that's just how she mothers. There's nothing wrong with it. Do you, boo? Do you, boo? Just don't let them fall off and hit their heads, you know? And then we had Wendy turning 40, still celebrating. I'm here for a celebration month. I am totally here for a celebration month. Okay, celebration year. Every day is a party. Every day is a party. Okay, every day is a party. And because every day is a party, let Wendy have a white party. Let her have a North Carolina bi-coastal lake party. Let her have whatever, however many parties she wants. She's the big 40. Lordy, Lordy, Wendy's 40. You know, so that's so funny. And good for her. She looks great. But at the party, she was going to be having Eddie's sister and his siblings were going to be coming. And they did show up, and it looked like a very nice reunited, and it feels so good. They're reunited like they always should. The breakup we had, it made me lonesome and sad. Remember that song? I realize I love you, so I want you back. Hey, hey. Oh. Remember Reunited? Anyway. Anyway. Excuse my shower moment. That's where I do my best singing. In my head and in the shower, y'all. In my head and in the shower. So let's see. So yes, let her have her party, especially if it's going to get Eddie reunited with his family. It looked like they had a spectacular time. I loved when her mother, Wendy, I loved when her mother pulled Mia to the side. Well, didn't even pull Mia to the side. Mia walked up to her mother expecting an apology for talking about her. And she's like, no, you're the one that called me. She said, you're the one that called me out my name, talking about with the bird, with the crow. Is that your mother? That was very high key disrespectful, Mia. You know, not everybody's mother used to smoke crack and is used to being disrespected by you. So that was high key disrespectful and called her a witch. So it was interesting that Mia would go walk up to her like that. And then she sat down and said that she was wrong for saying that finally after some prompting. But yeah, she totally thought that Mia's mother needed to apologize to her. Please. Oh, but that Wendy's mother had to apologize to Mia. Wendy's mother also was talking about how she prays to Jesus with the Holy Ghost fire, and she is not a witch. Okay? She is not a witch. So then also in the episode, we had JT and Stacy. Now let me say about JT and Stacy. I was liking JT and Stacy. But he is mixed signal city. He is mixed signal city. Okay, fine, you made it apparent that you don't want to actually have sex. But I just found out from Heather in Real Housewives of Salt Lake City that you can soak in hot dog, okay? And it's not even considered sex for full on blood oath Mormons, okay? So there's a lot of different things. So when Stacy puts her hand on his knee after he drew that horrible portrait of her, there's art interpretation, and then there's what I don't know. I did not think it was very artful, but maybe he's just not an artsy guy. I'm not sure what his medium would be, JT. But I did not like it when he first was kind of snappy at Stacy about letting him talk to Ray for so long, basically, in my opinion, because I saw you way on the other side of the party, sir, way away from everybody. On the other side, there was near another person over there where JT was over there talking to Ray like he was really into every word Ray was saying. No, there was not another person within 10 feet of either side of them, and they were like at the far end of the pool. Did you guys see that? So for him to then, we see him walk up or her walk up and be like, "Oh, are you having fun?" He's like, "Oh, you're talking to me now? Oh, you've been ignoring me all day. You left me by myself." Dude, you're not even dicking me down. So excuse me while I let myself go be fabulous while I'm at work, sir. And I actually only invited you for arm candy, sir. And I was hoping that you and your balls would be able to find your way around a party circuit without needing me on your arm when you don't even apparently want me touching your thigh at a dinner table, sir. So, yeah, JT, there's going to have to be something's going to have to give sooner or later, JT. And I'm not sure if we can take much more of you. I was rooting for you. I was rooting for your celibacy. I was rooting for your moral compass. But you're sending way mixed signals, in my opinion, allegedly, because you don't. Thank you, babe. Because you don't want to. Because you don't want to. Because you don't want to do it all the way in real life and until she's divorced, which I really respect. I very much respect that. And she's your best friend that you want to hang out with, that there's something but there's nothing, but you ostracize your legs, carried you to the far side of the pool with Ray, sir. Your legs did that. Stacy didn't say go talk to Ray on the other side, away from everybody, away from me. How do you know Stacy's feet weren't hurting in those cute strappy sandals she was wearing? How do you know, sir? But no, you made it all about you by the time you found your way from the long side of the pool back over to Stacy. Then it's her fault that you were by yourself. That's not going to cut it for me, JT. That's not going to cut it. So, because it's not going to cut it, you're going to get like maybe two more opportunities, in my opinion, before Stacy gets to completely leave you the F alone. Okay? Because that was not warranted. Now, let's get to the Grand Dame herself. I appreciated Karen going to her court. It got continued. From what I read of it, her court case, they met again, and she wanted the evidence that they said allegedly she and her self-incriminating what she said while she was receiving care, emergency services on site when the authorities arrived, allegedly, per what I read about it. The thing happened, and then the ambulance was called, and the authorities came. And while she was being treated, the authorities overheard her or was standing there while she was telling the EMTs what was happening. And they used that against her. And she's saying, her lawyer was like, "Oh, well, she didn't get her Miranda rights read to her." And they were like, "Well, because she was being cared for under the EMT, she wasn't detained at the time she was making those statements. And therefore, they are self-incriminating and admissible because she didn't have, she wasn't officially detained. She was just being cared for." So now here comes LRGA Curves, the not lawyer. Don't call 1-800 LRGA Curves for legal advice because I am not an attorney. However, Now that it got thrown out, that it is admissible what she was saying while she was receiving emergency services at the site, I would now, as the attorney, since you can't get it thrown out, now say that it's tainted because she wasn't in her right mind. She was in shock. She was in, she was obviously, if she was needing emergency services, her momentary, whatever she was saying could have even been babble. It can't be self libel. That's what I would argue if I was her attorney now, is the legitimacy of her statements, because she was receiving emergency services. Like, so do you just go around believing everybody that's coming out of anesthesia, basically? No, you have to wait till that person like is kind of in their right mind, usually, I would hope, before you would try to have them incriminate themselves or someone else. At least that's what I would hope. I don't know. So let's see. So Karen had to go meet about that, and Ray was with her, and then she met with David, and that was really touching. He actually heard everything that happened, and she cried about it and he cried about it. It was very touching at that moment. But yeah, they need to leave Karen alone. I don't think that them continuing to talk about Karen's legal situation is right, especially because a lot of it's coming from Ashley and Giselle, who were around when Ashley's husband was going through things. And somewhere in the back of my mind, I even remember Giselle standing up for Ashley talking about she can't talk about it. It's a case or something. I could vaguely remember her saying like that, something like that. But for Mia to be front and center with her, she's so full of lies and deceit, and she's trying to play off G, and she's playing off this ink fella, her little mini Mac, and it's not a good look. Her kids are going to be able to see all of this. It's not a good look. I mean, you can try to gaslight us all you want, but when your kids have the lived experience of what they were going through, and then this show is going to be able to fill in the gaps a little bit, that's going to be something that I don't know if fame is worth it. Let me just say that. So let's move on to, that's going to be Salt Lake City. Let's move on to Salt Lake City. Was that the next one? No, I think New York is next. New York. I put them so small in the bottom corner because they got to get their shit together in New York, you guys. They really have to get their stuff together in New York. Okay? And what I mean by that is that they have this beautiful cast of women, but it just feels inauthentic in a way. It's feeling a little inauthentic because why is Erin at the center of making up all of these lies? Plus, she gets to think she's in charge. And I don't really, it's not pranky. Like, to watch these shows for an hour of your precious time, and then it was all a prank, and they're trying to get you like emotionally invested in this BS. And it's like this noob season one, and you freaking are, everything they've said so far is questionable now. And Bryn being so like, look, there's embellishing, but when we can't even trust what's coming out of Bryn's mouth either, Bryn and Aaron deserve each other at this point, because they're very, I don't know, they just say a lot of stuff that's not true and embellish and then pretend like they didn't just say that. Jenna Lyons, Jenna, and Raquel met, and they were talking about the whole Bryn Aaron situation, and Raquel was taken aback because she's like, that wasn't right. Who would play like that? And then finally came to an understanding that Bryn may have been the one embellishing all of it, but now she's like, well, who can I really trust in this group? And I get it. Um, and then we have Jessel. Now Jessel is so boring. But they did say they had this lunch where they were saying, "Oh, what's two truths and a lie?" No, what was it? She was like, "You have to say something like, is this rumor true or false?" And we're just gonna squash it right now. So they asked Jessel, did she trick Pavitt into marrying her? And she said, yes, you guys, that her student visa was running out and that she needed to hurry up and get either married or I guess deported was going to be happening. And so he married her. Good guy. And then Sai's rumor was that she actually was a home wrecker and that her current older husband was married at the time and she busted that wide open and became wife number two, the chic urban wife in Brooklyn. Walk up. And she's like, no, he was actually 6 years divorced when I met him. So, and who else is in the thing? Uba went to the place to see about fibroids because she's 40 and wants to have a baby, and I'm here for it. I keep telling you guys, I was a geriatric pregnancy. I had my second child, number two. I only have two. I had my second one at 44. Yes, I'm one of the 144,000. But seriously, so yeah, I'm here for a good geriatric pregnancy. She has lots of time. I didn't have any fibroid issues or anything, thankfully. So I'm not sure how that would play into her opportunity to become pregnated, but definitely, Uba, go for it, go for it, go for it, darling. Who else is in here? Oh, and then the Minkoff girl, they tried to get more out of her about her Scientology, but she said, okay, that's what I was going to talk to you guys about. The Minkoff lady who's on Real Housewives of New York literally said that her being Jewish is her religion. She's Jewish and it's her religion. And then she said that the Scientology she practices is to make her a better person every day in her life, or something is how she explained it. And I had to rewind it and make sure I heard her say what she said. And then I wondered why they would let that happen because I'm pretty sure Whoopi Goldberg said that Judaism was a religion and she had to like get suspended for 7 days and go meet with some rabbi and learn the real thing that Judaism is and that it's not a religion. It's something else and that she had it so wrong and she had to apologize and that it was anti-Semitic for her to say that Judaism was a religion. But this Minkoff girl on the Real Housewives of New York just said herself that Judaism is a religion. So I'm wondering why some people can say that and some people can't without a 7 day suspension and an apology tour. I just don't understand. I don't understand why it can just morph. Anyway, that's a whole other rant and different live. But I did want to point that out that she said it. Bravo didn't have to retract it or put up any kind of anti Semitic warning or nothing. I think it's just very interesting. But that's NBC, not ABC. And ABC is where Whoopi Goldberg was when she literally got suspended for like a week. Remember, they waited some time and then they ended up suspending her so she could think about the wrong she did for saying that Judaism was a religion. Yeah. hmm Anyway, so next on the list, see, that's all I have to say about New York. Not a lot. Not a lot is going on there. Not really sure what's happening. So next we'll go to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Okay. So the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Ooh wee. Now I love bows, you guys. I love the new Melanin Goddess bows. And I love the original Melanin Goddess of Beverly Hills, Garcelle. And I am here for any scene with Jennifer Tilly. And I love me the Southern Belle Sutton Strack. And oh, an activated Dorito. Ooh, can we talk about an activated Dorito? I am here for it. It's like she realizes that all the fakeness we've been seeing, she has been participating in over the years, and we're about to get the real Dorit. We're about to get the only one accent Dorit. We're about to get the, it's not going to be, oh, which accent are you? Where are you from, Dorit? We're going to know you're Dorit. I might even call her Dorit this whole season. She might not be Dorito this the rest of the season because she has given us the activaciones upon the ass that is Kyle. And I'm here for it because Kyle is a gaslighting, manipulating liar. And Kyle used to be one of my faves. Like I adored Kyle. And now I'm seeing the flaws so apparent in Kyle's maneuvering around this friend group that I'm like, damn, Lardy, you didn't see this earlier. She's literally been one of your faves. And so, but she's like high key manipulative, you guys, and very much a gaslighter. She wants, so she said, I liked how Dorito said that it was always changing, like the meaning of anti Semitism, basically, so that it's always changing why Kyle is mad at Dorito. And Dorito is just trying to get to it. She's like, what's the problem, Kyle? She's like, are you mad that I said on Watch What Happens Live that you and Morgan were so close that I felt like you guys were coming between us? And was that the first thing? Because she thought that was the first thing. And she's like, no, it wasn't that. It was when you said that Kathy was your favorite at BravoCon. You said Kathy was your favorite. And they showed us the clip. I told you guys last week. I was like, duh, she would have said that Kathy was her favorite. You literally spilled the shot on her, knock it out of her hand in the middle of her answering your question, answering Andy's question. You gonna spill a freaking shot on her Chanel that everybody says still has the tags on it? Really, Kyle? So then when she says, "Oh, it's definitely Kyle now," you're gonna pretend like she was serious in that moment and that you did nothing to participate in the possibility that you wouldn't be her favorite in that moment when she's like literally has a drink and you take it and like basically pour it on her and then don't even really try to get it off. You laugh at her. And then she says, "Oh, it's definitely Kathy now." With like, it's definitely Kathy now, like a smirk on her face and everything. Like that, we even knew that wasn't serious. So you're a liar. That's unfortunate that you have to lie to try to find something to be mad at Dorito about because you guys are part of the Foxville 5 remnants. And Dorit still talks to Lisa all the time and actually said that Lisa was one of the first people she told about she wasn't going to come back to the show this season because her and PK were going through the stuff. And she said Lisa told her to just go on and show it and own it, you know? So anyway, yeah, Kyle was trying to manipulate Dorit into believing that she had culpability in Kyle's anxious, manic ways and the spin the wheel on the reason as to what Kyle's true problem is with Dorit. And Kyle's not here for it. She don't have no time for this. She obviously was confused about where her and PK were. She's going around telling people they need space, they might see. But I think she knows that it's over and they're kind of playing it out. But she was not expecting to meet him at this restaurant and have him say on camera, I don't think she was ready for that. I don't know. Maybe that was part of it. She was like, well, we talk 5 times a day. He said, but we're not. We need to stop this codependence. And I think that's a hard place. I feel like it is necessary, but it's also fucked up for the person that basically groomed a minor. How many years does PK have on Dorit? How many years older is PK than Dorit Kimsley?
Here's what I found.
Oh, he's only 9 years older than her. So okay, I was gonna say that he practically groomed her, but she wasn't that young. But they've been together for um they've been together for all these years, and sorry, they've been together all these years, and I think it's like 12 years maybe or something. So, and he's 54, she's 44. So since 34 at least. Yeah. And then he had the nerve to sit there and say he kind of sounded like Lenny from Real Housewives of Miami's husband, Lisa Hochstein's husband, talked her into having those kids, and then messed around and was like, "You have kids. I'm not first. You have kids. I'm not first. It's supposed to be the husband first." So PK has his little man feelings hurt, him little feelings hurt that the babies need more attention than him little self. And so PK whiny, him need a bob bedtime because Mama Dorit didn't have time for PK changing poopy pampers all the time. No, she didn't have time for PK poopy diapers anymore. No. And PK very mad. Him no get his baba full of vodka anymore. He can't drink anymore. He doesn't get his gin or his vodka bottle anymore. He has to be sober and be around Dorita while she only cares for the kids when he's around. What kind of mother and wife is she? How rude is she that she actually cares for her children? Oh my God. How dare you, Dorit? You know it's your problem that we didn't have any time together as husband and wife because you're always doing things with the kids. Oh my gosh, that's a hard place to be. I can't believe it. That's messed up. That is messed up. I think it's messed up for somebody to do that to the mother of their children. Be like, the problem is our kids, and you have them. He was getting her Rose, uh, Rolls Royces. Remember that gold Rolls Royce? He got her like the first or second season when they lived on the side of that hill. And now he's from that to you have kids and I'm sober. And the way we talk to each other, the waiter we wouldn't have the waiter. We get kicked out. And even in that moment, he was like trying to one up her. So they could go back and forth a lot where he makes a point and she's like, fine, that's a point, but I also have a point. And my point is this. And then he's like, yeah, that's your point. But my point is this. And then they're just doing points. They're not having a conversation. You know what I mean? So it feels like that is kind of where they are. And it's unfortunate that we're seeing the freaking Bravo curse take down yet another marriage. Not sure. I mean, should she have left the show instead of allowed this to happen? I'm thinking that maybe she should have left the show instead if she really wanted her marriage. I mean, we could see the cracks forming in their marriage the second time they claimed bankruptcy. That could have been a time for a nice time out, go lick your wounds or and re-up, so to speak, and then maybe come back. But they pushed through on TV and now they're gonna be the next couple divorced, and Erica called it because Erica knows so much about the people. Let's see. Who else is happening? So Bo's invited Dorit and Erica over. That was really nice. Bo's house is very eclectic, colorful, and beautiful. I loved it. Sutton was they were going to have the pizza. They were going over Kyle's to make pizza, and that was cute. That was a cute afternoon. So I feel like that was kind of like that was a good episode. I feel like the most meat of that episode was definitely the Kyle. I mean, was the PK and Dorit and the Kyle and Dorit of it all. Um, we saw Garcelle talk about doing some more production stuff, and so that was nice. And it looks like we're going to be getting a lot more Kathy Hilton coming up. So that's going to be excellent too. The episode overall was really good. What did Erica do this time? Well, I know she was sitting there a lot in the midst of conversations. Yeah, I almost feel like Erica is an infiltrator because she was definitely part of the Fox Faux Five. And it was Dorit, Erica, Kyle, Lisa Rinna, and Diana the Lip Licker. Remember, it was the Fox Faux Five. And then after Diana talked herself out of a job, licked herself out of a job with the whole bots against Garcelle's son. Remember that fiasco? And then Lisa had to go the next time. And she went out kicking and scratching Kyle's eyes out, talking about Kathy using a hard R on the N word in the shuttle, or was it? No, it was a slur of some kind of slur when the cameras were down. And Lisa Rinna wanted the world to know that Kathy Hilton allegedly said this, and then so she had to get off the show. And in the scratching of Kyle's eyes out, obviously Kyle was going to be distancing herself. And plus, Erica was going through it with her dude. And so Dorit and Kyle were the only two hanging out for a while because Erica was, exiled, self-exiled because of the stuff going on with Tom Girardi. And you guys, she had to give the earrings back. Erica, those earrings, she's like, they're mine. I'm not giving them back. Well, the court has said that's a lie and you about to give them back, Erica. Yes. So let's see. Anything else in that episode? No, I really felt bad for Dorit, and she looks so thin, you guys. Dorit is thinner than Sutton going through this divorce. And Erica's jealous over that because I think Erica was trying to be the thinnest of them all, okay? And it's not happening. So now let's go over to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. You guys, this episode was a 9 out of 18. Okay, no, it was a 10. I liked Salt Lake City was good to me this week because they hit on some very important points that we need to get to. And it's great reality television. So let's see. So Real Housewives of Salt Lake City starts off with Whitney and Heather going to make the girls into a day camp, and they were going to be the camp leaders at the day camp for the girls. And everybody's getting ready to go to that. In the meantime, though, Meredith reached out to Mary to meet up because the last time we saw them was at Breakfast at Mary's. And she was saying, Meredith, if you're going to continue to yell, you can get out of my house. And Meredith got up and left the house. And all she really had to do was stop yelling. You know what I mean? And instead, she was yelling, and was like, fine, I'll leave. And she took her damn bangs with her. So we saw that last time. So she reached out to Mary because she's like, it's not really like Mary to do this. And we've been seeing Mary behind the scenes go through stuff with Robert Jr. We have not seen hide or hair of Robert Sr. Okay. Now we know that he did used to go to their Vegas property a lot. So I'm not sure if they're being, in different households right now because he doesn't want to film. Because, every time he starts filming, then the whole thing about how she married her grandpa starts coming out. So, yeah, I could see her just being like, don't even come. We'll just mention you from now and again. And then it won't be so in their face that they have to keep, using that on me. Um, so we've been seeing Mary, try to talk to Robert Jr., who seems, obviously, in my alleged opinion, he would seem tired. And I didn't know why he seemed so tired. And so in this episode, by the end of it, we get to why. Until then, we had the day camp. And at the day camp, um, Angie K and Bronwyn got into it. And Bronwyn was telling on Angie K, and we saw the eighth housewife on this franchise in particular is quick with the receipts. Okay, the eighth housewife showed real quick what Angie K did imply during the conversation. So for her to be yelling about Bronwyn and needing hearing aids and da 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 was a lot. Okay, and she didn't just say that Bronwyn needed hearing aids. She said that she needed to use Meredith's hearing aids. Okay, so that was a little too far. And then Whitney and Lisa got into it, and Mary co-signed on what Whitney was saying about Lisa, doing a lot of embellishing. And we already know that Whitney gets caught in lies, but then she was like, no, the only thing that I ever no gets she gets caught up in the mess, but she's not the originator of the mess. The only thing she originated was that Lisa gave BJ's for box seats, allegedly. Remember, she said that Lisa gave BJ's for box seats. So that was funny. But so they had their little flashback about that. Again, kudos to the eighth housewife. And then they all wanted to get up and leave. Was Brittany there? Yeah, Brittany was there. Something's going on over my phone. So yeah, so the camp was a fiasco by the end of it. The girls wouldn't come back and sit down. And so poor Heather and Whitney didn't get to really have the day that they wanted to have, the kumbayas. They didn't get to have them. So then we also saw in this episode Meredith have a Shabbat dinner with some other people, including Todd and Bronwyn. One thing about the dinner I'll take away was when Bronwyn, to be saucy, was like, oh, I can be the saucy little bitch. And Todd was like, don't say that. Like, he doesn't want his wife to be referred to as a bitch. Like, I can understand that, Todd. He's like, respect yourself. Hey, 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 respect yourself. Yeah, yeah. You got a better, respect yourself. Hey, hey, hey. That's what she needs to do. These people are not worth you degrading yourself with curse words, especially at a Shabbat Shalom dinner. And it was it's a precursor to Meredith getting bar mitzvahed for her religion of Judaism. Okay. So what else happened? So then at the end of the episode, Mary goes to Robert Jr.'s room, and she's like, what's going on, bub? What's going on? And it was so touching. He was so honest with her. He's like, look, he's like, Mom, life feels like unseasoned chicken. And when I get high, it feels like the chicken is finally seasoned. He's like, but I think something's wrong because I had to take so many and I wasn't feeling anything anymore. And then he talked about not wanting to be here anymore and wanting to unalive himself. And so, PSA on that, call it 800 number for S prevention in your area if you're having those kinds of feelings. Um, I know it's 611 out here. It can get you all your county resources. So yeah, they had a very touching thought and conversation, and kudos to them for having the courage to bring it to the camera for all of us to judge and everything. So yeah, kudos, kudos, kudos. What else happened? I feel like that's it. Lisa, no, there was some more stuff with Lisa. Um, Oh, that's what I was going to tell you about. So Heather was talking about how in the religion of Mormonism, if you have sex, then it's shunned upon. So remember, Bronwyn was saying that she got kicked out of Mormonism, or she got shunned by the church because she had sex. And remember, Monica, she got in trouble because she had sex outside of her marriage, also. And the men, they're not the ones in trouble. So it's also very sexist. But Heather was saying there's this thing called soaking and hot dogging, where within the religion, you as a male Mormon can have your genitalia lay upon lay upon the female genitalia like a hot dog, like, so just lay there, so like just lay there like a bun, and that's called hot dogging, I think she said. And then there's soaking, where you actually put the hot dog into the bun. So it's like penetration. But if there's no thrusting, pushing, or orgasm, then you weren't considered to have sex. So that's called soaking. And so the little Mormon girls and boys are out here doing these things called hot dogging and soaking, where it's, I mean, babies get made that way. There's a lot of babies that got made from soaking. There's a lot of babies that got made from hot dogging in other cultures, I'm sure. So, but they don't call it that. So, but soaking, because like you just soak it in there, like you're not moving or nothing. It's just like grilling in there. And as long as there's no thrusting or pushing, then you were just soaking. Yeah. So it sounds like there might be a lot more bad Mormons than we think. I mean, if that's the if the demarcation is not penetration, but whether or not you thrust, pushed, or orgasmed, it, I could have been a virgin longer than I thought, I guess. That's hilarious. No, because in most, I thought penetration technically is sex. Penetration is sex. And that's why girls are like, but my butt doesn't count. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Anyway, so but yeah, that was an interesting conversation that she was having at the Shabbat Shalom dinner about soaking with those kids at the Shabbat Shalom dinner. Oh, with Meredith's kids. It was weird. But leave it to Heather to not know a healthy boundary. So that was kind of that episode. I feel like I'm forgetting Lisa, but she's forgettable. Anyway, you guys, so that was the Housewives Roundup. We got all 4 episodes, all 5 shows in. Real Housewives of Potomac, New York. Oh, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Real Housewives of Potomac. Then we did Real Housewives of New York, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And then we just finished it off with Real Housewives of Salt Lake City in our little housewife roundup, real quick, real quick. That's why it was a roundup. We just did some talking of the points. And I appreciated it. And I hope that you guys appreciated it. Now I'm on my way to go twist my hair. And then we're going to a baby shower. Yes, baby Brown is on the way. Second baby Brown in my family born that's going to be born in the next 6 months, because one was born in October. And then this baby Brown is going to be born, I think it's coming in February. So we're having the shower today. And the father of this baby was just had his birthday on the 27th. And so, yeah, we're having the shower today. So how cute. Anyway, so we'll see you soon here on LRGA Curves. Make the best of the Saturday. You have a light to shine. You have a talent. You have a business. Get to it. Whatever makes your heart sing. Smash that like button. Smash the subscribe. Smash that like button. Smash the subscribe button. Ring the bell on your way in or out. Either in or out. That would be thrusting technically. Therefore, it would be a no-no. But either in or out, smash the buttons and ring the bell. And we'll see you in the next video, Curvies. Okay? Peace. Make it a great day.